Good day. My topic is about the factors that affect the character of school plant. Even though schools at the same level of educational system perform the same function or are expected to be implementing the same educational program, there are certain attributes or features which make a school plant what it is and distinguish it from another school plant. So within the same school, the buildings are not of the same design or shape, size, internal structure, and constructional materials. That is to say, the buildings differ in character. The same also true with school plans in different location or in different rural and urban communities. So it is important to note that there are a number of factors that can possibly affect the school plant or a school building, its size, how it looks, its location, its relationship of instructional and non-instructional spaces, and its repairs after construction and so forth. So what are the factors that affect the character of school plant? First, we have the social and economic factors. Now, in this factor, the social and economic needs of life of the society, these are the educators, the educational planners, the architects, then other relevant professionals and local citizens that are expected to take note of major developments and trends in the social and economic life of the society or communities in which they operate. So it will really depend on the social and economic status of a particular place. Second factor, we have the educational program. Now, in the educational program, the primary consideration here is to develop the nature of educational program, that is to serve, and how the program is to be organized. Now, the aim of the educational program, its aim and objectives, it will determine the types of teaching and learning activities that will take place, the type, the sizes, and the relationship of learning and non-learning spaces. So say for example, if the school plan caters secondary student, so it will matter the size of the the area, the facilities that will be used, the internal structures of the building, like for example for any laboratories or any experimentation. So you will need a practical workplace. So if a school offers science subjects, of course there will be laboratories. And if the school offers agricultural studies, so there will be a ground for a school farm or any garden. So if the school plant offers arts, so of course so there will be an art form in a school where fine arts is offered. It is useful to see pieces of art, work, clay models, sculptures, and other artifacts adorning different parts of such a school. If it is sports and games, of course, there are adequate emphasis in the curriculum of school. There will be provision for football, fields, lawn tennis, and for other games and space for sporting events. So the character of a school plant is also affected the non-instructional components of the educational program. So, schools that offer midday meals to their students will have relevant facilities for that service. The same thing applies to those that provide health guidance and counseling services to their students. Number Number 3, we have the population and school enrollment. So, the number of children and youth to be catered for is a key factor influencing the need. The implication is that the present pressure for additional classroom is bound to continue or even increase in future. The size of a school enrollment in each case will reflect the numbers and sizes of the classrooms, while the types and sizes of the furniture and some equipment will reflect the ages of the pupils or students. So, if the number of the pupils, the number of enrollment of the pupils are increasing, for sure, there will be another additional classroom to be made on the following years, and this will be based upon the enrollment of the school. So this will really affect the factors. This will really affect the characters of the school plans. Number 4, we have the cultural values. So, the educational program in different countries of the world are planned and implemented according to some cultural and religious values held highly in their societies. So, these values are reflected in various ways, including curricular offerings with their attendant equipment and materials, the teaching methods adopted, and the way in which pupils or students are grouped for learning and other purposes. So, it is based upon the values, the cultural values of the society or of the place where the school plant will be created or be made. So, a community value for the educational of its children and youth is often indicated by the amount of care its exercise over its school plant. So, such communities often respond to the maintenance needs of the school and always ensure that there is a functional state. So, with if a place is in a democratic type of government, for sure there will be a respect for the rights of every individual, for children's rights and other rights that will be present in the society. Number 5, we have the development in the building industry. This will create impact on the design and construction of some educational facilities. New building materials appear in the market from time to time. Some of them will be very useful for constructing and renovating school plans, include new bricks, fancy blocks, floor and wall tiles of various types and sizes, plastics, electrical fittings and lighting systems, roofing sheets of various types, shapes, and sizes, and so on. So, in the place where the school plant is created, for sure, the development in the building industry will affect the the character of a school plant, because if there are new if there are new equipment or new materials for building, for sure that will be used by the personnel who will plan to who will help in planning for the building of the school plant. And if there are any new materials or shall we say updated materials, of course that will be applied in the structuring of the school plan. Number 6, we have the development in educational practices. So, the development in the design and construction profession. It says that no educational system is an island unto itself. So, it does not matter for those persons involved in the planning and implementing the school plant building. Either his profession is not an educator, but he or she or the person involved in this planning can also be the architects, the administrators, and the professional in the building industry. They incorporate ideas of what they consider attractive and affordable designs from the educational systems of other countries in their attempts in solving some of the educational problems of their own country. So that's why in building a school plant, we also need other professional people in order to um, make a good design for the school plant. And so these are the 6 factors that affect the character of the school plant. Thank you for listening.